When building out your marketing, if you focus on the wrong objectives, then it leads to the wrong actions. And unfortunately, many estate agents are typically focusing on the wrong objectives. And the wrong focus leads to wrong actions and a cycle of wasted time, money, and energy. Simply put, I want to get an instruction is the wrong focus. It's short-term thinking. Not only does it encourage temporary, low leverage, low value actions, it makes the estate agent disappear into a noisy sea of samey mediocrity. That's where lots of other bang average estate agents are all competing for attention, all competing on price, all competing for supposed authority without anything of real substance to justify it, and ultimately all racing to the bottom. But one simple adjustment can have profound ramifications. So what do you do instead? Well, instead of I want to get an instruction, you should change your focus to I want to build a marketing machine that gets instructions whenever I want to use it. Because this change of focus leads to an entirely different set of actions. For example, you've got 10 hours this week for your marketing. Do you spend your time trying to get attention with social media posts, trying to get people to download your free PDF, or pounding the streets, door knocking, with a low ratio of results, only to have to repeat exactly the same process again next week? Or instead, do you spend those 10 hours building a marketing machine that gets clients whenever you turn it on? You need to build marketing assets that do the heavy lifting for you. We empower our audience, our ideal sellers and landlords, to step up and become prospects by giving them what they need to make good, sound decisions. Now, this is the exact opposite of what I call the free valuation beauty parade, which I strongly believe encourages sellers and landlords to make very poor decisions. And by confidently leading people and by allowing them to come to their own educated conclusions, it avoids all of the authority kryptonite stuff that I talked about in an earlier video. And it avoids putting our prospects in a defensive state. Instead, we allow them to get into a solution chasing state. And when you've got prospects chasing solutions, you'd better give them some damn good marketing assets for them to engage with. Because if you do it right, they'll want to binge on it all. So, what do these marketing assets need to do? Well, they need to trigger. They need to be something that allows your audience to raise their hand and become a lead. And done well, it'll also satisfy a curiosity that the prospect might have based on their core desires, the problems they're looking to solve. And it should also give them hope. But your marketing assets should also explain. So when a prospect is binging content, be it articles or videos, whatever, then they're in the process of questioning things they've already known. They're considering what to keep hold of, what to let go of, and actively sort of building up a new picture in their mind based on the possibilities that they're learning about. So your marketing assets need to explain stuff about the problems that your ideal sellers and landlords are facing, about the worries that they have about making a big life-changing move, and about ultimately the solution to their problems. And they ideally need to deal with questions before the prospect has even had them. Do that, and they'll begin to understand the way you work, what you do, and how powerful your unique way of doing things really is. Then you'll reach that magic point where the prospect will start thinking about you at random times during the day as they're going about their business, even in the middle of the night. If you can get to this stage, then you'll never again feel the need to chase a lead. Because when this happens, your prospects, your ideal prospects, will book calls with you, make valuation appointments with you, all on their own, and more often than not, they'll be speaking to you and only you, rather than the free valuation beauty parade of you and a couple of local competitors, each turning up at hourly intervals to sit on the sofa and have a chat. Because ultimately, if you do this right, your ideal sellers and landlords will have a deep-rooted suspicion that you are the person that they're looking for to solve their problems. But they'll just need that final push to make sure that their suspicions are correct. But once you have these marketing assets in place, that's where you'll begin to see the difference between an estate agent running around in circles, always doing so much, always competing for attention, and one that's cool, calm and collected while your business continues to grow. Now, there are two marketing assets that are critical to being able to bypass the nurture stage of client acquisition and establish yourself as the only agent who your ideal sellers and landlords are looking to speak to. I'll explain what these two assets are in a second, but before I do, if you've enjoyed this video so far and it's starting to get you thinking a little bit differently, then be sure to hit like down below, and if you don't want to miss out on any future videos, then hit subscribe as well, so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. So, getting back to it, the two assets that you need to create. Firstly, you need to create a unique lead mechanism. You should stop using traditional lead magnets, like free downloads or PDFs or webinars, that sort of thing. None of these things will allow you to skip the nurturing stage that I talk about on a previous video. Because by design, PDFs and webinars and things like that, all they do is grow an email list. By way of contrast, a well-built unique lead mechanism, or ULM, is a bridge to bypass that time-consuming nurturing stage. And once you have one, all your marketing can become more streamlined and coherent and logical, because that's where you'll lead everything to. All roads will lead to Rome. And as a result of that, you'll find yourself taking calls with a lot more ideal sellers who want to speak to you and only you. And you'll be in a much stronger position to only enroll clients where there's a great fit. A ULM is a bit like a lead magnet on steroids. On first glance, you might think that there's not much of a difference between the two things. But actually, when you dig a little deeper, you'll see that they differ in a few powerful ways that will make a world of difference to your marketing. Next, you need to get some evergreen, enlightening content. So what's that? Well, picture your favourite outfit, the suit or the dress or the shoes that you bring out for special occasions. It's the outfit that you know presents you at your best. You feel most confident, and you know you've got the best chance of making the right first impression. Well, that's what evergreen enlightening content is, really. It's some carefully selected content that you know presents your business in the very best light. Not temporary, here today, gone tomorrow stuff that you throw out on your social media feeds that will disappear overnight. Instead, it's content that crafts a consistent message and a consistent experience for your ideal sellers and landlords. And it should guide them through the process, the sale process, enlightening them and empowering them to make good decisions at every stage. Without it, you'll remain stuck using weaker sort of hit and miss levers that will keep you on the feast and famine lead roller coaster that I know many estate agents feel like they're on. And also because it will affect the quality of the leads that you get into your business. You'll have to keep making tough decisions about whether to work with sellers and landlords who are less than ideal. So I hope this has been a useful and an interesting and an enlightening video. And I hope you may be thinking a little bit differently about how you could use a unique lead mechanism and evergreen enlightening content in your business. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like. And if you, as I said earlier, don't want to miss out on any more videos that I upload, then hit subscribe so you can be notified by YouTube whenever I upload the next one.